Senator Shippy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I guess just for a little bit of perhaps a discussion before a motion is made, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the foundational elements of what we're dealing with here. We're asking for the department in this legislation to do a study and look at various things, and I understand what the legislation is doing, but I think if we were to back up and think about, and ask the question, what is the proper role of government in society when it comes to caring for those who aren't able to care for themselves, or at least not all the way able to care for themselves. When we think about obviously a first responsibility of anyone's well-being is the individual, and then family, church, and with that, nonprofit organizations as those priorities. And I wonder if even it would be prudent to do a study. I don't know that we need to, but on how many ways that state government or federal government has become the first option for filling these needs instead of the last option. Where I know individuals, people that I love, that are on various programs, that I know if those programs were dissolved, family and church around them would swarm in and hold them up and care for them and provide for every need that's needed there. But in these situations, there is a tragedy in that the family doesn't feel needed, the church doesn't feel needed, and it actually has removed an opportunity. There have been studies that have been done that when a society is forced to care for the poor, they tend to not have as big of a heart for the poor, but when they do it voluntarily, they tend to have a warmer attitude toward those who are poor or those who are not fully able to care for themselves in various situations. And so I wonder if we were to do a study and see how many ways in which government has inserted itself, because government takes money by compulsion, by force, essentially, where churches, individuals, families are giving voluntarily out of generosity. And so every time that we continue to use government to be the first line of filling these needs, whatever they might be, whether it's food assistance, housing, transportation, rather than relying first on family and church, we continue to erode the backbone of our society, which is family, which is church, and replace these invaluable institutions where they begin to take a back seat on caring for those who are the most vulnerable and needy in our society. I do believe in Christian compassion. But for me to take someone's money and to give it to somebody else, is that Christian compassion? Or should I give from my own abundance to somebody else? Should I be so blessed to have extra? That's Christian compassion. That's generosity. So I think it's good from time to time as a committee and as a legislature and just as individuals, as Americans, to remind ourselves the proper role of government, the proper role of the family, the proper role of the church and society in caring for the needy. The Lord Jesus said that we will always have the poor among us. And he also said it's more blessed to give than to receive. And so there's an opportunity for blessing as we as individuals, as families, as churches. We have so many opportunities to be blessed by giving to others. It's obviously not something to be desired to have less than a healthy body, or to be down and out and to not have enough to pay your bills. But at the same time, there's opportunity for us as a society to be a blessing. Idaho is one of the most generous states in the nation. And the more that the state government, that the federal government inserts itself into these areas, we're removing these opportunities for generosity, which will breed generations of generous Idahoans. And so I think we need to just remind ourselves from time to time of these things as we make these decisions, as we think through these things. What is genuine compassion? What is genuine love for our neighbor? And what is the proper role of government? Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, committee. Any more comments? Seeing none?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
could we do a roll call vote on this, please?
thank you. Yes. Oh, I thought we did. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Committee, we have Senate Bill 1267 before the committee at this time. Okay. We don't have a motion at this time to move this piece of legislation forward, so it will be held in committee. Okay, committee, that is all we have for today. We will have a meeting on Monday.
Can I make a motion? No, never mind.
No.
I'm not allowed to make a motion.
On your own bill. Okay. Anyway, thank you. This bill dies. I don't know what the proper procedure is. Does it die for lack of a motion, this piece of legislation? So with that, we are adjourned and we'll see you on Monday.